Chapter 12. Habit is all. The reason for my success is habit. A Don Juan is a sum of correct habits. This pales to other ideas. Some think message boards contain magic, which will instantly turn one into a Don Juan. Others think special spirits will jump out of the DJ Bible and blossom you to a Don Juan. But this is poppycock. Poppycock? Pook says. Yes, poppycock. Even if you had every mental formula and idea ingrained in your head, you still won't be successful with women or anything. Look at you, a plop of flesh sitting in a chair. How do you get from there to with the chicks? I will take a deep breath, go out with all confidence, and get the chick. This is blitzkrieg. It might work, but you're still a loose cannon. Confidence is comfortableness. Don't try to force yourself to something that seems entirely alien to you. You'll never be comfortable with it. Alter your habits, and so you alter your life. Make it a habit to talk to girls. Make it a habit to be social. Make it a habit to look for dates. Make it a habit to date. Make it a habit to Don Juan. But Pook, these will require an initial icebreaker. Yes, but that should not be where you place the challenge at. Focus on being consistent. Sure, you can create a huge mental drama about approaching that hot chick, but you should focus on being consistent in approaching hot chicks in general. This one chick is nothing in your string of routine. Think of it like that. Women are not ice water. He who hesitates, masturbates, we hear. Or we might hear, imagine yourself old and dreaming of what you could have done. Go out today or die. Some people even do affirmations to get them to approach. But approaching is not a disconnected thing in itself. Talking to women should not be like plunging into ice water. You whirl a slogan in your head and you go blitzkrieg on her. Rather, women should be seen as warm water, something you ease into pleasantly. There's no need to cannonball into them. It's similar to working out. Habit is the key to success in working out. Without it, nothing else matters. A guy doing the best workouts in perfect form and intensity only a few times is inferior to the guy who does crappy workouts and is consistent with them. You are not the smoothest guy with the ladies. You know what? Neither am I. However, you have an advantage over the smooth guys. You are more consistent. Hey, they might go for a girl only once a month. You, however, will be going for them far more often. In the end, you will become smooth, while even the smoothest guy gets rusty. What are you doing now? Surfing the internet? Do you do this every day? Do you enter your little hyper-reality of video games and mental riddles? How do you break from this cycle? By changing your habits. If you can change your habits, you will change your life. Your habits are your prophecy. Endure and keep those habits, and your life will change just as simply as turning a dial to overdrive. It's that simple. So instead of focusing on asking out the chick or talking to the chick, focus on the continuity of it. She will then become just one chick in your routine. You focus on the routine, on the consistency, not on the chick. Where will you be 5 years from now? Hopefully, you will not still be on this site reading posts. Here is a story I enjoy and wish to share with you. At the age of 22, he worked for his father at a bakery. He was married and had a kid on the way. Because of these rising costs, he asked for a raise. His father didn't give it to him, so he walked away from the bakery with only $22 in his pocket and a wife with a child on the way. He started a sandwich business that became popular as he went around to construction sites. Eventually, he entered the construction company and became one of the largest constructing companies in California. He would eventually buy a football team and watch them win the Super Bowl. Who is this guy? Alex Spanos. How did he get there from here? He says, habit. He detailed what he wanted to do with his life in 5 years. He slowly worked toward those goals, and he met them every time. In fact, he would meet them before reaching the 5-year mark. Compare this with other guys. Many have dreams, few have goals. By putting a time limit on what you want to do, you often set yourself to achieve it. Then in 5 years, I want all the chicks to be wanting me. It doesn't have to be 5 years. It could be 2 months. And you can't place your success on other people. You can say that you want to gain or lose weight, get your life together, get that job you've been wanting, become more social, whatever. You cannot say, I'm going to have a girlfriend in X amount of time. That depends on someone else. Rather say, I'm going to get in the routine of talking to chicks, asking them out, and being more social. The goal then becomes a prophecy. Focus on the habit. Aristotle says, we are the sum of our habits, and this is true. I've talked to a lot of guys on being successful with women. One thing that separates them from other guys is that they focused on the habit, not on the girl or the procedure. They told themselves, I will ask out 20 girls this week. In almost every case, they do not get to 20 because they end up getting a girlfriend after the first few. It is that simple. Behind every Don Juan is a series of correct habits, which are detailed throughout this site. Consistency with everything is crucial. For habit is the child of mindset, and this is how, as you think, you shall become. If life seems hard and unhappy, read this. Behold the lurker. After having been here for a while, the lurker may well exclaim,
I was wrong to hope this website would make my love life easier. What a portrait of mankind. Here I was, only looking for easier ways to get laid. Now I am re-examining my entire life. I now think of things I never thought about and consider things I've never considered. The goalposts keep moving further and further. This website has made life harder, not easier.
But the question is not whether your love life is harder or easier, but whether it is true.
Did he just say true?
Yes, he did. But nevertheless, let us get to the heart of the matter. You say, this website has made things harder. I now see things that I was blind to. Much work must be done. However, you are not pained by this. Rather, this is the source of your melancholy.
I see others who consider nothing, do not consult their dreams, and so end up in a life of bliss.
Oh, pernicious website. Are Don Juans now villains, only to whisper evils into your head? Why does it seem things have become harder and more painful? You have two paths in love and life. 1. Live your dreams. 2. Live other people's dreams. So far, every article, every technique, every tip is poured to flow through the filter of satisfying women and getting women to like you. I can sum up most, if not all, of these how to get women advice with 3 words. Dump your dreams. Take your typical guy. Which does he fear more? Is it being dumped by the girl he likes, or is it dumping his dreams? You protest, it is not so cut and dry. A relationship involves some compromise. And while that is true, young men are doing everything they can to avoid that they aren't being true. No, you cannot expect to get your way with everything in life. And no, you don't expect a girl to drop her dreams solely for yours. The entire idea is not to like the same hobbies and think each other is hot. No, it is to be going the same way in life. You can have your dreams and the girl too. But only by embracing your dreams first and the girl second. If you embrace the girl first, you may be allowed to live out certain dreams or not, depending on her choice. This is why I say it is not a question of whether your love life has become hard or easy, but rather if it has become true or false. False love and false life is living someone else's dreams. This may make some happy, especially for those who do not or will not dream. Others become more melancholy, and the rest will lie to themselves. But Pook, how do guys get caught up in this? Because they place the dream on the girl, so she becomes his dream girl. This is how he convinces himself he is getting both the dream and the girl. 2 paths in love and life. Live your dreams or live other people's dreams. One path is hard. The other path is easy. One path leads to security. The other path leads to freedom. Permit me, for this paragraph, to use the analogy of money to love and life. We know how rich people live and what they drive. And let us assume, for this paragraph, that all people want what the rich have. There are 2 ways to obtain it. One is to buy the super cool car, big house, and everything else on bad debt. The other way is to obtain the assets and wealth to actually buy them. One way is easy. The other way is hard. One way requires little to no risk. The other takes a lot of risk. Obtaining wealth and assets takes courage to go out and create. Bad debt does not. By going into bad debt, you end up literally working for those who lent you the money. And you know what? The world encourages you to get into bad debt. You can easily get a loan on a house you cannot pay off within 30 years. And look in your mailbox. Is that another pre-approved credit card? It's the third one this week. There are lots of people who look rich, but they are in major debt. I ask you, are they free? They will be working for the bank and car companies to repay the debt with most of the days from their life. In the same way, young men do the same for women. They look rich because they have the women and can enjoy them. But what was the price they had to pay for it? Whose dreams are they following? And because of that choice, who is he working for? Both the seducer and nice guy work for the women's dreams, as they seem to have none of their own. It is the price for security. And just like bad debt, the world seems to want you to take this easy path. Movies exemplify this thing called love that you must sacrifice your dreams to. Pop songs are modern prayers to the woman goddess to satisfy her and your addiction to female praise, which today we label as male love. Let me show a chart to illustrate the point. Pook drags a display up onto the stage. Turn on the light, please. Thank you. This, gentlemen, is what I call the security path, the easy path that is default in 90% of young males. Time difference in the security path. Current. Girl. Has girlfriend, multiple girlfriends. Friends. Hang out with old buddies. Job. Okay job. Steady paycheck. Pays the bills. Family. Loves you. Later. Girl. No girl or same old girl. Friends. Same friends. Job. Same or similar job. Promoted perhaps. Family. Loves you. Pook hits the chart with his pointy stick. In both current and later states, his family and friends are pleased with him. After all, he has a girl. He has his buds. He has a steady job that more than provides. And his family loves him. After all, he repeated exactly what his dad did. So, what more could he want? Now scroll your eyes over to the later side. He will one day wake up and realize he is now average in life. He has not grown at all during the time difference. He is what he was with just an aged, rotting body. Where is the dream? All right, guys, bring out the next chart. Quote, time difference in the freedom path. Current, girl, no girl. Friends, left many behind. Job, transitional, sometimes jobless. Family, thinks he will become a loser. Later, girl, has girl or girls who likes his life and him. Life gets richer because she is with him because of the dreams he embraced, not to be a mere workhorse. Friends, new friends. Often smarter, cooler, better people. Job, got the job or made the business investments he always wanted. Family, often despises him for his success. Pook tapped with his pointy stick. Here, he seems like a loser currently, yet he wins in the end. It is painful and hard to not go for the nearest girl, but rather for the girl who likes what you like. Note, why is so much attention on obtaining the girl, but neglecting ourselves? The answer should be obvious. Look at his friends. He had to leave them behind. It is painful for sure. But he made new friends, which helped develop himself into a better character. Oh, and there is the job. He was transitional. He was trying out different jobs. He was starting businesses. He was making mistakes. The security path is scared of making mistakes. In fact, the security path praises itself because it is mistake-free. But in the end, the freedom path gets to work in his job of choice. What I find particularly noteworthy is how there is the frustration that starts early in the freedom path. It vanishes over time. However, in the security path, the initial pain is not there, but accumulates over time. The poor soul either suffers or lies to himself. That is, I have done the honorable path. But you did not honor your dream, and so committed treason against your gift. This, I said to myself, is what the initial young man, who found this website to be creating more pain and frustration in his life, apparently did not understand. Perhaps we should remember the analogy of a medicine shot. The shot is initially painful, as was the shock of many of the things you've learned here. Taking action and embracing your dreams, rather than securities, is initially hard, but it gets easier in the same way the shot is painful, but soothes over time. Those who did not take the shot ran into disease later in life. For those that did, Each day gets more wonderful and brighter, rather than more melancholy and darker. Here is another parable. A young man was mad that his current days of life were frustrating and hard. "Rotten nature!" he raged and shook his fist at the sky. "How unfair you are!" But nature replied, "Foolish youth! This pain and frustration is merely my discipline. As you know, you cannot take joy in this pain. But know that those who humble themselves to the ways of life will find the discipline cease as you learn my ways, and the fruits of life shall become available. Until you learn your lessons, I will continue to deliver discipline." And perhaps the scared young men in particular, whose hearts are dazzled by the securities that women supposedly bring them, will consider life from this side of the question. Perhaps they will say to themselves, "The origin of my dream girl was to place my dream onto her. Thank heavens I was saved from such shackles. Now I know to embrace my dream, and to those girls who love that choice, they cease to be the girl of my dreams, but the girl in my dreams." So what hope is there for the average guy? Don't be average. And how do you do this? By doing what average guys don't do, which is embracing the dreams first, then the girls second. One strange phenomenon I've noticed among those of the security path is that, yes, they construct a dream girl and marry her. Talk to the gentleman and ask about his wife. He will paint the most wondrous praise and glory of his wife, with such animation and passion, even, especially in this case, if she is a fat hag. Your wife ought to be praised, but such infinitude and animation belongs to your dreams, not to a particular female. Do not make the Dante mistake and turn your Beatrice into a gigantic heavenly body. The difference is so clear and precise. Those on the security path submit life to love. Those on the freedom path submit love to life. The security path reaches only for love, but those on the freedom path reach for life first and end up with both life and love. One projects the dreams onto the girl, the other invites the girl into his dreams. Why let's just be friends. Let us interview the subjects. The AFC, a la Mr. Nice Guy, comes walking in, crying and bubbling. Pook shines the light in his eyes and walks around him in a circle.
Now, Mr. Nice Guy, why are you so sad?
Because the girl I want only sees me as a friend.
What? How do you know?
Because I ask her out consistently and she says, "Let's just be friends."
Poor Nice Guy. His heart is shattered and scattered across the floor. He wants to feel sorry for himself, wants others to feel sorry for him, and hates how life has become. But let us interrupt the Nice Guy's picking up his pieces of heart.
Do say, Nice Guy, what were you trying to do?
Well, I thought I could get close to this girl by being friends. I wanted to get close to her. Then perhaps something would happen.
This is very common. A hot woman has tons of guys trying to be friends with her. But is it friendship? Bring in the next subject. Thus enters the hot woman herself. She sits down, Pook shines the light in her eyes, and walks around her with hands clasped behind his back.
Now, woman. Why did you not go out with this guy?
I just don't see him in that way. We're just friends.
But is it friends? Oh, woman, do tell. What does he remind you of, really?
She thinks.
I think of him like a brother.
Like a brother. In other words, the concept of sexuality referring to the Nice Guy. She shudders in horror. She thought of him like a brother because he acted like a brother. Going out of your way to do things for her, in a non-sexual relationship context, is what her brother would do. A woman must see you in a sexual way in order for any hope for romance to blossom. Wildfire uses being worthy to date. Since women will never admit that they are wholly sexual beings, they just express it in that way. The Nice Guy is going after the girl in some bizarre friendship way.
But let us complete the task. Bring in the Don Juan.
Don Juan enters and sits down confidently.
Don Juan, how can you be friends with girls and be successful? Where is the Nice Guy cannot?
Pook, it's all about fun. I have friends that are girls just because I talk to them, hang out with them, have fun with them. The bitter truth is that the Nice Guy is not the fun guy. A woman won't date you unless she sees you in that way. In other words, she feels good around you, translating to fun.
Indeed. Especially at the beginning, the best dates are action dates. Doing stuff rather than just talking or going to a movie or eating is more fun. The more fun she has, the more attractive you become. When you have friends that are girls, in other words, not romantically going after them, you are purely with them because of the fun. You enjoy spending time with them. Alas, the more fun women have, the more attracted they become. So eventually, they turn their romantic target in your direction. When the nice guy is friends, is he fun? Hardly. He tries to connect to her in every possible way. He tries to get to know her, yet she is bored to hell. Thus, she uses him as emotional tampon. A girl will not consider dating a guy who bores her. If there were any rule with women, I would say never bore them. Make them laugh, make them have fun, heck, make them cry, make them embarrassed, but never, never bore them. Also, there is the element of comfort. You'd be more likely to hang out with someone you know, right? The same is with women. A girl that feels comfortable with you will always be much more likely to be interested. There is another reason why female friends may become interested: sheer numbers. Let's have fun with this. Here's another way to look at success with women, whereas the success is defined as success with women. The formula being A plus P plus C plus M equals W. A equals initial appearance. P equals personality. C equals challenge. M equals mystery. W equals women. What are you high in? What needs working on? Extroverted nice guys have more success than introverted Don Juans. When W equals 0, then no matter how awesome or attractive you are, your success rate equals 0. Improving quantity improves likelihood of results. When you have female friends, the W goes up and up. When you become friends with a chick, it doesn't mean nothing can happen. Rather, when you see the chick, because she's hot or whatever, as fun itself, and being around her is fun to you, that is when you go into a let's just be friends relationship. Nice guy has fun just being around a hot chick. The Don Juan has fun doing things with a hot chick. This is the difference. Pook places the nice guy in front of him.
Admit it. You don't really care to go to the movies. You only did it so you'd be around her. Admit it.
It's true. It's true. Oh, Pook, I am so ashamed.
Pook then points to the Don Juan.
And you succeed because you pursue fun. She is along for the ride.
Very true, Mr. Pook.
And remember, the fun guy not only gets the girl's true friendship, but eventually her romantic interest as well. Quote, originally posted by Ultra Magnus.
Just a dumb question, guys. I have liked a few girls who I never thought was attractive initially, but after becoming good friends, then I found them attractive and then asked them out each time. I got the answer of, let us just be friends.
Once a girl sees you as a friend, you will always be a friend. The only way out of it is to use sexual tension. Stare at her eyes a bit longer. Start looking at her in that way. Take your thought and send it to her through your eyes, face, and behavior. Don't worry, she'll receive it. Based on her reaction, you'll know what to do. You are thinking in a girls for dating versus girls for friends. Rather, try thinking in a no sexual tension versus sexual tension. If you try to ask out a chick who you knew in a non-sexuality way, you will be LJBF. You need to bring in the sexuality. She will notice something is different. She will think something is growing between the two of you, and she'll like it. If not, she won't send any sexuality back. On mystery. The girls and everyone I know keep saying I'm a mystery. I don't try to be. I don't intend to be. I even try to explain myself to them. Yet, the mystery, to them, remains. So mystery must be more than what you reveal. Apparently, people try to define everyone else they meet. We try to place people in nicely cut slots to mark where they go. Girls do this all the time. They want to figure you out to decide what role you will have in their fantasy, if you should be relationship material for them or their friends, and so on. That is lover, friend, or loser. If you keep defying the mold they have for you, you will be christened a mystery. Most people are static. A year from now, they will probably look the same, act the same, and be the same. But if you're in a state of flux, easily done through self-improvement, or self-discovery if you will, every slot they try to stick you in will fail. People see Pook. Look, he is athletic. He enjoys talking about sports. Therefore, he is a jock. Pook then talks philosophy. Look at that. He must read books. Therefore, he is a nerd jock. Pook then listens to the women. Oh, he is so sweet. He is such a nice guy. Pook then cycles through the women. How is this? Pook is a nice guy player. Pook then pisses off a woman. What? Pook is jerk-like. Pook then makes a speech. Look at him go. Pook is an orator. He must get his own radio show. Pook then writes an essay for a paper. Wow, Pook must be a writer. Look at him go. And this goes on forever. In the end, they conclude, Pook is a nice guy / player / jerk who's writer-orator and a nerd jock. No wonder they are confused. The longer they know me, the more of a mystery I am to them, because they've seen more change. They can only love Pook, never define him. Auntie Dump advises shy guys to use their quietness as an advantage to not give themselves away. Terminator 911 used the phrase, the less she knows, the more she wants to know. These two were responding to how many guys turn their dates into Oprah and tell their pathetic life stories. Women like men who are like mountains, solid with many layers, because all women are gold hunters, either for the gold of your potential or the gold you actually have. They like to dig through these layers. They get information, but they know that there is more there. It frustrates her that she can't define you. She loves you because of this. You don't withhold information, you make her work to get it out. You are not to dictate your autobiography to her. But you're constantly changing. So once she has dug up a layer, the mountain has pushed up 3 layers higher. She and you are never bored, and both of you are closer to the stars. Compare this with the guy who is in stasis mode. She will go through his layers, and his mountain just sits there. Soon, she thinks that the other mountains are taller, larger, more interesting to climb. She will say, I am bored, dump you, and go for the next mountain because it's there. People do not see mysteries in people they have not talked to or met. Why? Because there are lots of people they have not talked to. There is nothing mysterious in that. No, those people are delegated in her mind as part of the environment or scenario she is in. You only become real once you start interacting with her in some real way. The more values and time she gets from you, the more she will try to put you in a slot. If you are upwardly changing, she will be curious. He is such a mystery. You want to be a mystery in this way rather than hiding your life, but no turning the girl into Oprah. That's just gross. In this way, the more a person knows you, the more the person will see you as a mystery. This means your girl won't get bored. Her interest level will remain high, and it will be through her doing. The word mystery won't even go through your mind. She will think and ponder and create drama out of nothing, as women are quite good at doing. And the more she thinks about you, the more she will like you. See? Don't try to force her mind into liking you. She wants to like you. By her finding reasons to like you as she tries to figure you out, she has convinced herself that you are worthy. The entire series is available on YouTube for free. But if you'd like to own a copy and support my work, you can purchase the 10-hour audio and PDF on Gumroad. The link is in the description.